Grow Castle is a game that I've been played on and off for about 10 years by now, and I always enjoyed how the game was played, especially when I was a kid and so on and so forth. And this is pretty much just me playing the game, Loki. I will pretty much be speeding up and just summarizing some portions. It's just way too fucking long. But to just put it simply, if you don't know Grow Castle what it is, it's pretty much a tower defense game where you pretty much try to defend your actual fucking tower from a legion of monsters and so on and so forth. Which they keep getting crazier and crazier each round and so on and so forth. Where we have fucking the death itself coming to our home and so on and so forth. But yeah, nothing. That's just me playing Rock Castle. Hope you enjoy. Now, to just put a disclaimer, I did record the audio for the gameplay, but unfortunately, I did completely messed up the audio. That's low key on me. But yeah, I wanted to as well say this that the video, the progression of the video will pretty much be set up every 10 waves, every 20 waves, or so on and so forth, just to keep a straight narration, so on and so forth. So yeah, hope you enjoy. And nothing. So let's go to the first one. Throughout the first 10 to 20 waves. I wanted to change the audio bit just because I wanted a better experience without knowing really that I kind of fucked up my audio, but either way, yeah, here is just me trying to set up some settings and so forth. So yeah, nothing. Now let's go to the real deal. Favorite of mine. So yeah, let's go. Oh, touch the unit. Touch the upgrade to upgrade the orchard. Orchard add to your town. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, but I'm gonna. Now here was pretty much going well. Was pretty much seeing what kind of hero does something. Pretty much playing throughout the campaign for the first 10 levels until this happened. Yeah, as you can see, we pretty much lost pretty bad there. But one thing that I wanted to pretty much see is pretty much what character to add. As I said, I wanted to build a full archer build, since archers are pretty much the first thing we get. So why not building an entire strata around them? And pretty much I wanted to pretty much add a lot of archer heroes, etc. Which I eventually did. I pretty much put one archer hero since we didn't have a lot of space. And yeah. Now for these waves, there weren't anything interesting really. We just really just killed everyone and pretty much completely destroyed their house for free. And one thing to point out is that we actually did unlock something great at the wave 15, which now I'm just gonna play out. Wait, what? Now we did eventually unlock something great, which is the workers. Now the workers pretty much will either earn us gold passively or earn us dark crystal passively. We can literally choose either option, which is really good. I eventually just choose dark crystal, but one thing I do not know is that what is dark crystal. I low-key do not know what it is. It's probably meant to upgrade your armory or some piece of armory, because we do have an armory, but I low-key really don't know. Maybe it's used on crafting. Either way, I'll just pick it because I think it's just better than earning a few golds here and there. It's pretty much what I'm thinking of. But anyway, let's go to the next one. Now, throughout these 5 ways, 10 ways, and so on and so forth, I did actually unlock the military band, which is gonna give us a gold. No, it's gonna increase our gold passively when we kill, monsters and so on and so forth, and as well bosses, which, is pretty damn fucking cool. Either way, we're pretty much going to the next wave count. Nasty. Yeah, I forgot to mention we actually did unlock something insane, and this is pretty much my honest reaction while recording. Yo! What? Holy, bro, this game ain't that deep, bro. This game ain't that fucking deep. What? Oh my god, bro, there's so much skill trees, it's nasty. Yo, I never seen, by the way, real talk here, I have never seen so much skill trees in my fucking life. Bro, never got this many skill trees. Looking like games like Outriders or some shit. Buddy, what? That is nasty. Yo, that is nasty. Buddy, what? Yeah, to just put in place, I was actually fucking ecstatic. Because, bro, how many skill trees do you need in your game, broski? That is a nasty amount of skill trees. You can literally build any type of build in this game, which is nasty. Either way, we're going back to the fucking waves. That was kind of crazy. I still feel bad that's nasty, okay? Here was just reading the description of some heroes and etc. Just, that, nothing too important. So there's nothing really to talk about here rather than, I've got maxed out quite a lot of stuff. I almost maxed my go perk, which, I'm kind of proud of. I quite maxed some heroes, they're kind of level 20 and so on and so forth. I'm kind of been spending my money wisely and so on and so forth. I've also upgraded my archer a lot because I really want a archer build, a full archer build, and I'm pretty much going on the physical route, which increases the archer damage by a lot, and generally any type of physical hero, which is really good in my opinion. And yeah, generally speaking, that's it. I'm almost maxing my go perk, and I bought some new stuff like the band female hero, which is pretty much just as well as the band army hero, the same stuff pretty much. But she just gives more XP when you kill monsters and so forth. And as well bought the necromancer, which it's kind of fucking broken. Bro does like minus 50% on all defense type for all monster defense, and you can literally get him to doing like 70% minus 70%, which is nasty as fuck in my opinion. Not gonna lie, that's genuinely really good hero in my opinion, because it'll really nerf the defense by a lot. Not gonna lie, quite a lot really. So yeah, nothing. We generally just living by, scraping by and so forth, upgrading. Here upgraded to to get pretty much the maxed defense debuff and so on and so forth. But yeah, nothing. There is really anything too much to talk about here. I haven't really unlocked anything new in this in this rounds and so on and so forth. Anything really new. We're just passing by and so on and so forth. But I did unlock Zeus, which I kind of want to do a test later on. If I can get like a second episode going in, which it's kind of taking a long while to do this full video, I will pretty much do like a Zeus only run, when I genuinely run only Zeus for against one wave, which is gonna be pretty crazy, not gonna lie, especially now that now the waves are kind of strong, because I get to a certain level that I'm not gonna spoil, because I don't like spoiling shit. You're watching this video, yeah. So yeah, nothing. Generally, that's it. I will just speed up even more this part, and or pretty much cut some pieces and etc. Some not important stuff and so forth, since we kind of did unlock almost everything new. So yeah. Because I got scared. Now there is something that's new that we eventually did unlock throughout these waves and so on and so forth, but it's really just small stuff and anything too game breaking or too game changing like the town and so on and so forth. We eventually did unlock something great, which is the castle or pretty much this thing and stuff. I don't know how it's called, Loki, but it's pretty much like a base setup type of thing, which is gonna give us some small buffs and so on and so forth. You know, pretty minuscule buff, although pretty important too. Not gonna lie, they're pretty good. But yeah, usually that's really it. There isn't really a lot to add up really, but rather than yeah, there isn't really much to add up really. We did unlock something small and so on and so forth. These waves are pretty dry, low-key, and to be honest, it's pretty much because the game has still a lot of content really. So yeah, there will be new episode. I feel like if this does well, we'll be pretty much 100% uploading more episodes. This shit, 100%. But for the rest, yeah, that's generally it. Eventually we hit wave 70, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I did pretty much eventually hit a much higher wave, which I'm just gonna speed run throughout all of it, and there isn't really much to talk about and so on and so forth. So yeah, really nothing. Hope yeah, pretty much that's almost the end of the video really. Holy shit, I got a notification from random, bro. But either way, yeah, nothing. There is really nothing really to add up rather than speeding up this part and so on and so forth, and pretty much trying, you know, to pretty much end the video. So nothing. There will just be like a really heavy speed up part and so on and so forth. And, you know, my pretty much almost all characters. Now, pretty much we did unlock new things, although they're pretty much small ones, but are still worth mentioning. We did unlock the dragon statue, and pretty much that's a really cool thing. And against us, we pretty much unlocked throughout the new waves. We pretty much unlocked the minion base, which pretty much spawn a small minion every second and so on and so forth, which is pretty fucking annoying, but still pretty damn strong. You know, they can kind of snowball to a lot of minions if you don't test them quickly, I feel like, or at least if you kind of get out DP, you kind of can get out DPS by how many minions I can spawn. And another thing worth to mention is that we did unlock the mage tower, which is still against us, but this one is pretty much weird. They pretty much buff the minion for a certain amount of time with different type of buffs ranging from defense, attack, and so on and so forth, which one is pretty weird, but at the same time it's pretty insane since this kind of does counter back, you know, things like mage, no, necromancer, so forth that does like nerf minions. So yeah, that's might be a pretty cool add to the game, you know, that's pretty cool, you know, gameplay tweak and so on and so forth. But either way, just generally it, we pretty much unlock most of the new stuff, and yeah, pretty much that's generally it. That's just now a side scroll me of just beating the levels and so on and so forth, and generally that's it. Yeah, pretty much. There is really nothing to add up. We pretty much reach, I think it was wave 250, can't remember well, but yeah, generally speaking. Now our castle is looking mad weird. Like we have like, I don't know, bro, castle in construction type shit. I probably should like do a better overall. You know, I should do a better overall time lapse of the video when it comes to like this type of game. Not gonna lie, I feel like that's just a better way to actually, you know, record, etc. I feel like I should do it every time. I should do a new type of update every time my castle change, or there is something small to add up or something I did and so on and so forth. I feel like that might be a better way to, you know, overall illustrate and so on and so forth. But overall I decided to do this, so I'm sticking with this for now. But yeah, that's genuine it. There isn't really much to add up, and yeah, pretty much we pretty much beat the game, kinda. We still need to unlock and pretty much do a lot of things, which I'm pretty much doing in a second video since this is taking quite too long to edit. But yeah, nothing. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video and nothing. Take care. And this is just me just randomly playing the game, but no. But yeah, nothing. If you want like a part 2 or second episode of Grow Castle, please comment down below, or I don't like the video, I don't know. Since I low-key don't know how this video will do. But yeah, and by the way, if you asking why I sound so fucking stoned, it's because it's 4 a.m. right now. And yeah, I usually wake up always at 2 a.m. and so forth. You need to keep the grind alive. But yeah, nothing. Hope you enjoyed this video and nothing. Take care. Bye bye.